Audrey Totter was not your typical old Hollywood actress. She was the embodiment of rebellion, a strong independent female archetype who captivated audiences in thrilling film noir. For years, Totter's life and career held an undeniable allure, yet her deepest stories remain largely untold. Today, we will explore and reveal the secrets that shaped the person and legacy of one of cinematic history's most distinctive stars. Rising from the shadows of film noir, Audrey Totter wasn't just a pretty face on the silver screen. She embodied a new generation of women, those who dared to break traditional molds as Hollywood underwent significant changes. In the golden age of film noir, she found her voice and a unique place, transforming into complex, alluring, yet sometimes dangerous female characters. These weren't the innocent, frail girls waiting for a hero to rescue them, but women with strong wills, sometimes manipulative, and always self-possessed. Look at her role in Lady in the Lake, 1947, where she played Adrienne Fromset, a sharp magazine editor who engaged in witty repartee with Detective Philip Marlowe Robert Montgomery. Adrienne wasn't just a charming woman, but also a keen mind, always taking the lead in every conversation, challenging Marlowe's masculinity with her intellect and self-assurance. She wasn't a passive muse, but an equal opponent, a woman completely independent in her thoughts and actions. This role clearly defined Totter's image, a modern woman unafraid to confront and determine her own destiny. Next is her haunting performance in The Postman Always Rings Twice, 1946. Though only a supporting role. Totter still left a deep impression as Madge, a woman caught in a whirlpool of desire and sin. Even though she wasn't the central character, her presence contributed to the dark, tragic atmosphere characteristic of film noir. Totter had a special ability to convey vulnerability hidden beneath a strong exterior, allowing the audience to feel the character's inner tragedy. However, the pinnacle of defining Totter's film noir muse image must be her role as Jean Leedy in The Setup, 1949. In this film, she played the wife of an aging boxer who yearned to escape a violent and deceitful world. Jean was a woman full of love and worry, yet strong enough to confront her husband, urging him to abandon his dangerous boxing career. This role showed Totter's diverse capabilities, not limited to cold femme fatales, but also portraying women with emotional depth fighting for what was right. She brought incredible authenticity to the character, making audiences feel Jean's despair and hope. Audrey Totter was not merely an actress, she was a trailblazer. While many actresses of her time were confined to roles of sweet, gentle women, Totter boldly chose gritty, complex characters, reflecting a more realistic aspect of women back then. She wasn't afraid to portray ambition, discontent, or even human malice, things often concealed on screen. Her sharp gaze, enigmatic half-smile, and confident demeanor created an indelible mark, making her one of the most prominent icons of film noir. She proved that women on screen didn't need to be victims or rewards. They could be the main driving force, the one controlling the game, and the one holding their own destiny. Hidden depths and unseen sides. While Audrey Totter was the image of the tough and mysterious woman on screen, behind the footlights, her life held many little-known stories, hidden facets that shaped the character and career of a true rebel. Beyond her powerful roles, Totter's personal life also revealed her resilience and independent choices, which were sometimes quite out of step with the prevailing social norms of the time. Born in Joliet, Illinois in 1917, Audrey Totter showed an early knack for the performing arts. She began her career as a radio actress and then moved on to stage plays in New York. This period truly honed her acting skills, helping her to master control over her voice expressions and stage presence. These were talents she later applied perfectly to her film roles, especially in the intense dialogue so characteristic of film noir. However, it's not widely known that before she stepped into Hollywood, Totter was poised for a completely different life, a more settled and less glamorous existence. Her decision to leave that secure path to pursue her artistic dream clearly showed that from the very beginning, she was a woman willing to take a chance and live by her passions. When she arrived in Hollywood, Totter quickly grasped the harsh realities of the film industry. She wasn't the sort of actress to simply accept any role or bow to every demand from the studios. On the contrary, she was often known for her strong opinions, unafraid to decline scripts she considered to be poor quality or unsuitable for the image she wished to cultivate. This sometimes led to no small amount of difficulty with big producers who were quite used to managing their stars. One of her most notable decisions was turning down parts in several films that later became quite famous, simply because she felt the characters lacked depth or didn't offer a real challenge to her acting abilities. This firmness, though it might have slowed her progress, helped her maintain her artistic integrity and earned her a reputation as someone not easily swayed. In her private life, Audrey Totter enjoyed a long and happy marriage to Dr. Lane D. Crosby, which was quite a rare thing in the often turbulent world of Hollywood entertainment. They married in 1953 and remained together until his passing in 2002. This relationship was far removed from the noisy love affairs or swift marriages commonly seen among other stars. Crosby didn't work in show business, and their marriage appeared to be a peaceful sanctuary, far from the glitz and public scrutiny. This stability likely helped Totter maintain a balance in her life, allowing her to continue pursuing her passion for acting without being drawn into Hollywood's fleeting temptations. Her choice of a private family life away from scandal was also a secret about her own rebellion, a quiet defiance against the expectations of a frivolous life for a silver screen star. Another less-known aspect was Totter's keen interest in art and culture beyond the realm of cinema. She was a true lover of literature and often spent her time reading books, delving into history and various cultures. This enriched her knowledge and way of thinking, enabling her to inhabit characters with greater subtlety and authenticity. She was also known as a woman with exquisite taste, personally designing and decorating her home, transforming it into a cozy artistic space that reflected her inner self, a woman not only with a sharp exterior, but also a rich and full spirit. Finally, one of the biggest secrets about Audrey Totter was her outlook on fame and career. Unlike many stars who desperately sought to hold on to the spotlight at all costs, Totter seemed not overly concerned with maintaining a top position. As opportunities for leading roles gradually lessened, she didn't hesitate to move into supporting parts on television, demonstrating her versatility and ability to adapt. She regarded acting as a profession, a passion, rather than the ultimate goal of achieving endless renown. This showed a rare sense of practicality, a freedom from the pressure of always having to be a star. She embraced the changes of time and transitioned gracefully, continuing to do what she loved without being constrained by past glories. These stories, though perhaps small, paint a more complete picture of Audrey Totter, not just a talented actress, but a woman of depth, conviction, and a rich, meaningful life behind Hollywood's bright lights. We come to realize that her rebellion was not confined to her roles on screen, but was deeply ingrained in every decision and personal choice she made. The legacy of a rebel woman. As the stage lights gradually dimmed and Hollywood's golden age gave way to new cinematic waves, Audrey Totter didn't cling to past glories. Instead, she embraced the changing times with a calm and practical demeanor, continuing to contribute to art in her own unique ways. After the height of film noir, Totter didn't vanish entirely, but transitioned to television, where she continued to demonstrate her versatile acting talent. She appeared in many popular television programs of the time, such as Perry Mason, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and Medical Center, often taking on supporting roles that were full of character and left a strong impression. Her consistent presence on the small screen helped her maintain a connection with audiences and affirmed that her acting abilities were not limited by the confines of cinema. Totter's later life was a testament to peace and contentment. She was no longer haunted by fame or the pressure to constantly appear in public. Instead, she enjoyed a cozy family life with her husband, Dr. Lane D. Crosby, who shared nearly 50 years of her life. She dedicated time to her personal interests, finding joy in everyday activities, and maintaining her privacy discreetly. This was an admirable choice, showing the maturity and wisdom of a woman who had once stood at the pinnacle of fame, but was not entirely defined by it. Audrey Totter passed away in 2013 at the age of 95, leaving behind a significant cinematic legacy and a full, scandal-free life. Audrey Totter's legacy lies not merely in the number of films or awards she received, but in the image she forged. She was one of the pioneers who broke the mold of women on screen, paving the way for deeper, stronger, and more independent female characters. With her piercing gaze and confident demeanor, she redefined the concept of the femme fatale in film noir, transforming her into not just an alluring woman, but a formidable force brimming with inner power. Many film critics and scholars continue to study her performances, viewing them as prime examples of the psychological complexity of female characters within the social and cinematic context of that era. More than just a movie star, Audrey Totter was a symbol of resilience and self-reliance. She was not only a rebel on screen, but also a woman who lived her life on her own terms, holding firm to her convictions and values amidst an industry rife with temptation and pressure. The secrets of her life, from her steadfastness in choosing roles, her enduring marriage, to her calm attitude towards fame, have given us a deeper insight into a remarkable individual. Totter left behind not just classic films, but also a powerful message that true beauty lies in independent thought and a strong character, and that a woman can be strong and sharp while retaining grace and depth of soul. Audrey Totter will forever be remembered as one of the indispensable faces of film noir, a talented artist and a woman whose secrets contributed to her greatness. Her legacy continues to inspire generations of actors and audiences, reminding us of the power of individuality and the value of living true to oneself. Audrey Totter's life was a fascinating journey from a rebel woman on screen to a woman whose life choices were full of grit and conviction. With these newly revealed secrets, has your view of her changed? Do you have a particular impression of any of Audrey Totter's roles? Or does any personal story of hers resonate with you? Please join us in continuing this conversation by commenting below the video or article and sharing your thoughts. We are always keen to hear your perspectives. If you enjoy stories about legendary movie stars and wish to discover more secrets behind the glamour, make sure you've subscribed to our YouTube channel and turned on notifications. We will be bringing you even more exclusive and captivating content in the future.